be doing so much and running, and it just really dawned on me. It's the man that my mom was underage when she consumed me. Anyone who'd have been older.
The big one was with Beyonce. When he signed that contract, the marriage contract, he got trophies. Those trophies came rolling in, buddy. He started getting Grammys left and right.
15 and 22. Damn.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Now I can kind of see why he's probably not claiming it, because it looks bad on his reputation, because he has a history. Like if you look at like even Beyonce, like he was in his 30s and Beyonce was barely 19.
Jay-Z's alleged son, Rymir Satterthwaite, just caught another big win. 50 Cent has now stepped in and officially offered to help him sue Jay-Z. And get this, it happened just days after a judge gave Rymir the green light to keep pushing forward with his case. Now Jay, he's sweating bullets. Instead of just taking a simple DNA test that could shut this all down, he's out here dropping wild statements, accusing Rymir of harassing him for years. His legal team is even threatening to drag Rymir in court and expose his lies. But why not just take the test if there's nothing to hide? Here's where things take a seriously shady turn. Word is, the real reason Jay's been dodging that DNA test might have to do with how old Rymir's mom was when they met. Rymir claims his mom, Wanda, wasn't even a legal adult when a 22-year-old Jay-Z allegedly got her pregnant.
How old was she when you were born?
15, going on 16.
And everything saying that they had met. Now, how old was Jay-Z at the time?
I think like 22.
So now everyone's wondering, what's Jay really trying to cover up? And don't forget, this isn't Jay's first time getting dragged into something serious. Remember when one of Diddy's accusers said that Jay and Diddy both messed with her when she was just 13? Yeah, that one. That same woman ended up dropping her lawsuit, but now she's back and making it crystal clear she never took back her accusations against Jay-Z or Diddy. She claims the only reason she let go of the case was because Jay supposedly sent private investigators to scare her into silence. This is getting way deeper than anyone expected, and the questions just keep piling up. Now, here's what's real shady. Most major media outlets are straight up ignoring this whole situation. It's wild. Big platforms like TMZ and The Shade Room, they're not touching the Rymir story at all. And you don't have to take anyone's word for it. Go check their sites yourself. Search Rymir's name. Nothing comes up. This drama has been trending for weeks, but these big-name celeb news outlets are pretending it doesn't even exist. Same thing happened with that Jane Doe case. They all went silent. Not even a peep when just last week a judge tossed out Jay-Z's defamation lawsuit against Tony Busby, the attorney repping Jane Doe. So yeah, a lot of stuff is getting swept under the rug, and let's be honest, most bloggers out here are scared to say a word against Jay-Z. They don't want that smoke. But guess who's not scared? 50 Cent. He recently roasted Jay for ducking that DNA test. And now there's word that 50 actually reached out to Rymir and offered him his whole legal team to back him up. That's right, 50's stepping all the way in. And you can tell it's shaking Jay up because his lawyers are moving fast, trying to shut this case down before it gains more traction. They've already kicked off a PR campaign to paint Rymir as some unhinged guy just chasing clout.
The court documents submitted on June 16th, Jay-Z slams a recent lawsuit that Rymir and Lily filed against him as just the latest in what he says has been decades-long harassment. The documents read, "The fabricated allegations and claims have been addressed."
But think about it. If Jay's really innocent, why spend all this time and money in court instead of just taking a quick, cheap DNA test? It doesn't add up. Right now, Rymir's got the advantage. And with receipts dropping and 50 Cent in his corner, things are looking rough for Jay-Z.
Teach me, Father. I really do. And if it's not, why you can't prove me wrong? Like, it's not far as a proving me wrong thing. It's go to the courtroom and basically do what everybody else would have to do. Like, it's not, you don't have to prove me wrong. I just want the truth. Honestly, I can take a no. I can take, if I'm embarrassed at the end of the day, I can take that. I really can. I've been through a lot. I've seen a lot. I could take me being embarrassed. Like, just can't take nobody not saying nothing. Like, you know, it's not fair.
Let's break down 50 Cent's role in all this, because he's not just watching from the sidelines. He jumped straight into the middle of the drama between Jay-Z and his alleged son, Rymir. And it all started with a classic troll. 50 went on Instagram and pointed out how Jay and Rymir look alike. He wasn't subtle about it either. But 50 didn't stop there. He's now making serious moves behind the scenes. Insiders say 50 actually reached out to Rymir directly and offered him the full support of his legal team. And if that wasn't enough, 50 posted a cryptic message on IG that got everyone talking. A good lawyer knows the law, a great lawyer knows the judge. That one post shook the whole internet, and you already know Jay's team felt the hit. Until now, Rymir's case was basically buried. The mainstream media barely acknowledged it. But ever since 50 jumped in, everything flipped. Suddenly, Jay's legal squad is scrambling, rushing to get ahead of the headlines and shut down the lawsuit before it blows up even more. Jay just filed fresh court documents asking the judge to throw out Rymir's case altogether. In the docs obtained by Us Weekly, Jay claims this lawsuit is just the latest chapter in what he calls decades-long harassment. His lawyers argue that Rymir's claims are fake and that multiple courts have already rejected them. They even say Rymir's been hit with a contempt order for refusing to let it go. But here's the twist. Rymir's former legal guardian, Dr. Lily Coley, who also happens to be a paralegal, is not staying quiet. She fired back, accusing Jay of flat-out lying in his latest filing. According to Dr. Coley, this story was not fabricated. Wanda's affidavit has been on the court record for years and has never been withdrawn. So now we've got dueling court claims, celebrity interference, and a legal war heating up. This drama just went next level. Dr. Coley made it crystal clear. Her account is the foundation of how Rymir even found out about his possible connection to Jay-Z. And now, she's calling out Jay for spreading lies. She straight up said that Jay's claim about Rymir being held in contempt of court is completely false. According to Dr. Coley, nobody tied to the case, Rymir, his late mother Wanda, or even herself, has ever been found in contempt. But here's the biggest bomb she dropped. The issue of Rymir's paternity has never actually been resolved in court. That's right, no final decision, no full discovery hearing, and definitely no DNA test. Dr. Coley said, there has never been a discovery hearing or final ruling that resolves the paternity or other issues. These facts continue to be overlooked in public narrative. And she's not wrong. Most people don't even realize this has never been properly addressed. Another major thing being ignored, the age of Rymir's late mother Wanda at the time she got pregnant. This part of the story is getting swept under the rug way too often. If the timelines are accurate, the situation looks seriously questionable. Let's rewind for a second. Rymir first hit the public radar in 2015 after news broke that he had filed a paternity suit against Jay-Z the year before in 2014. Back then, he and Dr. Coley filed their first official complaint, and that's when things started getting shady in court. According to Dr. Coley, that first complaint was shut down almost immediately, and not for any legit reason. She claims Jay-Z and his lawyer, Lisa Fisher, brought false and fraudulent information into the courtroom to get it thrown out. But Rymir didn't back down. By 2018, he came back swinging, filing new documents accusing Jay of using his celebrity power and money to dodge a paternity test. Now, this is where things get real shady. Rymir kept getting blocked in court, and it wasn't by accident. The judge was reportedly told that Rymir's biological father had already been confirmed. But when he finally got a copy of his own birth certificate, surprise, no father listed at all. So how was his case dismissed so fast? Then came the bombshell. Rymir discovered that some folks on his own legal team were secretly working behind the scenes with Jay-Z's lawyers. Total betrayal. In an interview with The Sun, Rymir said he never even had a fair shot in court because of all the legal mistakes and shady moves happening behind his back. Straight up malpractice. He also told The Sun that his late mother, Wanda, first told him Jay-Z was his father when he was around 8 years old. Wanda claimed she and Jay had a short fling in 1992 at his aunt's apartment in the Brooklyn projects. She said they did use protection, but it failed. After that night, Jay ghosted. She never saw him again and had no way to get in touch. By 2010, Wanda's health was getting worse, and that's when Dr. Lily Coley stepped in and was granted custody of Rymir. Lily also spoke with The Sun, revealing that Wanda became pregnant shortly after meeting Jay, when she was just 15 or 16 years old. That alone adds a whole new layer to the story. But it gets even more disturbing. According to a 2018 lawsuit Rymir filed in Philadelphia, Jay-Z's attorney had Wanda sign legal documents while she was in the hospital, recovering from a medicated coma. Those papers reportedly removed Dr. Coley's name from the petition without consent and for shady reasons. That sneaky move ended up getting the whole case thrown out of court. Rymir's family said they'd never seen that kind of dirty play in a courtroom before, and they were crushed. But the drama didn't stop there. Things got even darker when Rymir and Dr. Coley appeared on Hip Hop News Uncensored and revealed something shocking. Rymir was shot after filing his lawsuit against Jay-Z.
Rymir was shot at somewhere in September. He was in a parking lot with other people near where he's at living now. And out of all the cars there, his was the only one shot up. So we believe that was a nexus or a connection, I believe, between the case and what's going on, because it was around the time.
Yeah, you read that right, shot. And to make matters worse, Lily said that around the same time, random people started showing up at her house, trying to intimidate her into staying silent.
In addition to that, we've had people come to my home in the past, driving on the grass. We have people knocking on the door at 4 o'clock in the morning. We've been through all of it, mostly around the filing time.
This isn't just a paternity case anymore. It's turning into something way more dangerous and twisted. Lily Coley made it clear. This fight isn't just about Jay-Z anymore. It's about changing the system and calling out how the rich and powerful can twist the legal game in their favor.
So this is a bigger picture than this. We want to try to make a difference with the Pro Se Act or the Legal Abuse Act, bringing new legislation and trying to sit down at the table with the lawmakers to make a difference. In addition to the fact, because, like you said before, Mr. Carter might not never do anything, and I'm sure he probably won't, but it ain't about him. This is about the system allowing things to happen that were very agreed and put our lives at stake in some regards. So I just wanted to say that that's what another reason why we were still going to the criminal stuff for the second time. This time the prosecutor's office locally did get involved, but everything is slow moving and things are happening, and it's corruption going on. The law says in New Jersey that if the person who resists to take the test is presumed the father. That's what the law says. Here in New Jersey, anybody who don't want to do it and go away from doing it or prevents from doing it is presumed the father. So right now he's presumed the father. He's not even alleged.
She's standing firm, saying this case is about pushing for new laws that actually protect people no matter how much money or status someone has. Meanwhile, Rymir has officially filed a new lawsuit, this time against the New Jersey court system and multiple judges. He's accusing them of working with Jay-Z for over a decade to sabotage his paternity cases. According to the lawsuit, Jay lied under oath by saying he didn't own any property in New Jersey, which made it seem like the court had no jurisdiction over him. But guess what? Rymir's team came with receipts. They say they found property deeds and tax records showing Jay-Z's name attached to properties in New Jersey, proving he wasn't telling the truth. The complaint even calls out 6 different judges, claiming they helped Jay by repeating the false claim that he didn't have any property in the state. According to Rymir, Jay used his money and fame to pull strings and get all of Rymir's past cases thrown out or denied without a fair chance. And it gets even scarier. The lawsuit says that after Rymir started speaking out publicly, his car was shot at by unknown individuals. Dr. Coley and Rymir also say they were being followed around their own neighborhood, and cars even drove up on their lawn at 4 o'clock in the morning. They both believe these intimidation tactics were coming from Jay-Z's team. And now, they're not just suing Jay, they're going after the court system itself. They're accusing the judges and legal officials of blocking their constitutional rights and preventing Rymir from getting the answers he deserves. And in a recent sit-down with Tasha K, Rymir and Dr. Coley once again confirmed the most disturbing part of this whole situation. Wanda, Rymir's mom, was only around 15 or 16 years old when she got pregnant by Jay-Z, who was 22 at the time. Rymir also explained how the court tried to dismiss his paternity case in the beginning, arguing that since no father was listed on the birth certificate, it couldn't move forward. But with all this new evidence, he's not letting that excuse fly anymore. Rymir did take a DNA test with the man listed on his birth certificate. And guess what? It proved that man wasn't his father.
Now, I'm not a lawyer. They try to use all type of things, res judicata and all type of things to say, hey, whoever was on his birth certificate, that was the, that was the dad. And that's not how the courts work. So we did everything we had to do to, show them that wasn't. The person I was calling my pop took the DNA test. It was straight out there. Only other name was Jay-Z. He basically just sawed it and skedaddle. They try to use all this craziness to hold the case up, and I'm like, well, damn, if this was anybody else, I'm like, all right, the first 2 years.
They would have ordered them by now. They do that. Hey, take the test. Hell, in most cases, you can start drawing child support without a goddamn paternity. It makes them want to come do it.
So now the court has zero excuse to keep dodging the truth. Rymir even made a solid point. If the court really believed he was lying, they could have dismissed the case with prejudice and shut him down for good. But they didn't. Why? Because something doesn't add up. He also made it loud and clear. This ain't about Jay-Z's money. Rymir said if it turns out Jay isn't his father, he'll come out and publicly apologize, no hesitation. That's how confident he is in what his mom told him.
If it was anything, if y'all felt like we was lying, why y'all ain't dismiss the case with prejudice? Why do y'all keep having us come in there and file and pay all this money and keep filing and filing for years? Why? If y'all didn't see anything wrong with the case, why is it not over? But the only thing I'm asking is, I don't want no money from you. If you don't want to have that relationship, if it was true, that's just on you. I'm just showing you that I'm fighting for what I believe in is right, and I want all the kids and everyone that come behind me. If you missing the parents, it's all about, sometimes that's all you need to know your parents is. You don't need nothing from them. It close the book. It just helped me, go on with my life and just be straight. It's not like I'm looking for anything, looking for you to bring me up where you at or bring me with your family and all. I still got my own family, but I just want you to be like, just think about it. Like, we could have got this, over with, and through all this, I still respect you, even though I might not like you. I respect everybody.
I was gonna say, how do you view him now?
And it's like, and when I say I don't like you, it's not even it's just that I feel like, y'all sit at the top and y'all forgot where y'all came from, and sometimes you got to bring yourself down to the bottom. You can't sit at the top and think all these, I'm rich and all that, and if I go to court, this would affect this, and sometimes you just got to get it over with. If you believe this wasn't true, it would have been over with, And for you to let me just sit here and after all this, my mom passed away, and I'm not saying you physically, but dragging us to court and all that, not taking care of the problem, it's just, you let it happen. So it's like, you could have got this over with. If it wasn't true, we could have, I would apologize. I apologize in front of the world. Hey, it could have been done, but obviously it's something you hide.
But now there's something even darker coming to light. People are starting to believe that Wanda's age might not be the only reason Jay's avoiding that DNA test. The real reason, it could be something way more disturbing, and it hasn't been revealed yet.
Permanent A-list rapper could just provide a DNA sample and get the whole paternity thing out of the way, but then the sample could be used to solve a whole bunch of killings that the rapper has been hinted at being involved in. And again, this allegedly Jay-Z and Rymir Saturday.
If you want to stay locked in on this story, make sure to like, subscribe, drop a comment, and share this video. We'll see you on the next one.